kryptonite. Who I just ran into, Slash was waiting for.
Yeah. My main man, Cory. See who we run into here.
I've already ran into like everybody.
Oh, you did too, really?
Yeah. Ran into some people I really wasn't expecting to see here.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. The guy up ahead of us, it's actually a pretty cool YouTuber, Game Dave. Big fan of his channel.
Oh, really?
Right up there. Yeah, he has a panel today at 2.
Oh, cool.
It's really cool.
I'll check it out.
It's like really good production value on everything for, well, I've always thought it was one person, but I think it's like actually like a crew, but whatever.
Really?
I forgot that I had a 32X already.
It's kind of, oh, you really do?
Yeah, I do. I bought one at the last convention.
My aunt had one.
But like I still like see these yellow boxes and I never think to look up like what they are or if they're worth it.
They're not that special. Mist, Tomb Raider, and looks like Skeleton Warriors. I don't know why we didn't bring more. We must have been really low at the stores. You ever want to break a controller?
Problem is, I looked at like all the NES games they have, and all the ones that are cheap, I already have.
Oh, really? Yeah.
First world problems.
Yeah.
We've added this video and it's right for the sake of these, here's the FX option. It's actually clean. It's a language
Stuff like that, and we selling it, making some good money, you know?
It makes no sense. And it's a shoot.
Oh, you got Broadbeat by any chance?
Yeah. He's the guy flying the ship.
Dude.
Yeah, Pac-Land loose for the turbo.
Thank you.
Not really following them too.
This is for PS2.
See, but then you look at the
Does
white.
it have an H seam on the back?
Yeah, look. Oh, yeah.
It does, so I don't know.
Yeah. And that's a pretty decent game, too.
I didn't like the first one that much, honestly.
I remember Matt used to play it all the freaking time. He had me crazy.
Like he's got Lufia,
Yep.
Riviera,
Yep.
all games I wanted to get at some point.
This one.
It's
Yep.
like Japanese.
The 1 and 2.
It's like Japanese.
That's a good one.
Japanese red.
Yeah, they have
That Tales of Fantasia, I have that one, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
magenta.
I like that.
Prince of Persia Battles. $0.
What?
It's free.
That be?
All the games out
Mario Ball?
Do you know there's a water fountain around here?
or at least a little bit of ice.
Magic Nightmare, one of my most expensive holy grails. Never gonna get it, most likely. Hey guys, that's it for day 1 of Retro World Expo. I'll be back here tomorrow. Unfortunately, Sam won't be back. He only had a 1-day pass. And I did forget, like a jackass, to film a goodbye clip with him. Thank you. But we'll be back. I've got like $50-ish left. And I did find some pretty cool games that I've been looking for quite some time, so I can't complain about that. But we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
One of the biggest selling artists in the last 20 years, 20 to 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah, just put that one in there. I feel like 5 on that one. Everything's getting a little bit misted out at our usual flea market. There ain't gonna be much to find here. Connecticut Convention Center, Retro World Expo Day 2. Done something I probably shouldn't have, and I got more money out of an ATM, but I've also brought some trades to hopefully reduce how much I end up spending here. We'll see. Kind of funny that there's a tattoo convention also happening, like right next door. So all the people that are here for the tattoo convention are probably like, why is there a kid walking around with Ash Ketchum?
How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
CS15 everywhere with the condition. The thing is, you're here, you're excited, but it's spend a little bit of money. You're getting a hell of a discount, which I don't give out too much on that, you know? You work hard, might as well pay up for it, you know? Have fun with it. The only reason I'm working, saving and hoarding the money. I gotta get lunch, man. Man, look at all that kashish in there, you gotta get lunch. Man, it's still as much.
Yeah, if I've confirmed anything at this convention, it's that I'm never going to find an NES game I don't have for very cheap. And I don't even have that many games. Alright, so I definitely need an adult when I come to conventions like this because I'm about to go to Ronnie's table and I'm just going to start pointing at stuff I want and seeing what kind of deal we can make.
Give me the loot, give me the loot.
He's a bad man. Finally, it's in my collection, I guess. See? Luckily for my wallet, I misremembered how many things at his table I wanted. Only ended up spending $60. But look at this. Now for Connecticon, this place would be packed. For Retro World Expo, we have to walk all the way up to the 6th floor. Or, well, ride escalators all the way up to the 6th floor to get to the panel room. Alright guys, that's going to do it for Retro World Expo for me this year. Going home. Let's go take a look at what I was able to get on 2 days of Retro World Expo and our usual flea markets, even though we got rained out at one of them this morning. Alright guys, let's see what I was able to find at Retro World Expo and the last consecutive weekend adventure in video game hunting. This is the season finale. Now, first up, let's go over what I was able to get at my local flea markets. Didn't do any garage sailing, hit the flea markets. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This is about 4 days after I went to these flea markets. I have no clue what I actually got. It's in this backpack. Let's find out together. There's nothing there. There we go. Alright. Oh, I remember this. So, I don't know if it was caught on film, but I picked up this Atari plug-and-play from TV Games because I handed a guy $5 for $4 worth of stuff, and he handed me back change. Now, I don't do change. Fuck change. So, I needed to hand him that change back to get another item, and I decided to go with this, because, you know, fuck it, it's a plug-and-play. I believe these are the games that I got from them. These 4 games. We have Supercar Street Challenge, complete for the PS2. Never heard of it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. Platinum Hits. Amped for the Xbox. I don't know if I have this one. I probably do. And Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec with the red cover. Let me know in the comments below, which one's more desirable, or does it not matter? I know there's a blue cover, I know there's a red cover, I know they're for different reasons. I believe this one was a pack-in, because it doesn't have a barcode on it. But let me know in the comments below. At the same booth that I was able to get that Sega Genesis lot last week, I picked up 5 more games. First up, for $1 each, picked up Track and Field, which I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at it, and it's just like, I legit don't know if I have this. Anticipation, Bases Loaded, and Sesame Street 1, 2, 3 with the manual, which at the very least is a slight upgrade. And for $5 at that booth, I was able to pick up Wario's Woods for the Super Nintendo. Kind of dirty. I wonder if he got it from that same lot that I bought last week, because I know he did get a few Super Nintendo games out of there, like I said, last week before I bought the whole lot. So I don't know if that was one of them. Alright. At this convention, Retro World Expo, had a ton of fun. I was honestly, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, I was honestly like thinking about leaving pretty early on Saturday, because when you're just hanging out by yourself at a convention, it's just, you're walking around, you're buying stuff, and you're not having fun really. So you always should try and have some friends to go with, and luckily Sam saved the day on Saturday because he showed up and we hung out all day. I did pick up a few items on Saturday. For $5, I got Gargoyles Night Flight Tiger Electronic. Pretty cool one that I've never seen before. A TV show that I really liked back in the day. I'm not quite sure why this game was so cheap, but there was a table that was selling. It had one table for everything on it was $2 each, one was $5 and the other was $10. The stuff on their $10 table was a little bit overpriced in my opinion. And some of the stuff on their $2 table, like Croc 2, very underpriced. Complete, manual's in pretty good shape. Disc is definitely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So I have Croc 2 for my collection for $2. Alright, next up is a game that I was able to get for a pretty good deal. A game I've been looking for quite some time. Sonic CD. Complete, very nice shape. They had it listed for $30. I asked if they would take 25, and they happily said yes. So I'm really happy about that. I've been looking for this forever, since the original Too Many Games convention that I went to like 3 years ago. Well, not the original, but the original to me. First one I went to, you know what I'm saying. And I was looking for that. That was like one of the main games I was looking for back then, and I couldn't find it for less than like 45. So next up is a trade I did with my friend Mike. I traded him Jurassic Park for the 360 Jurassic Park Telltale games, and I got for the Sega CD The Amazing Spider-Man versus the Kingpin. Game that looks really cool. Game that doesn't really quite look like a Sega CD game. I don't know if you can see on the screenshots back there, but I'll be happy to try it out when I finally get to play my Sega CD. And he also had some gifts for me. This is a Star Trek The Next Generation commemorative sticker album. I don't know if I want to open this. I kind of want to open this and just like look through it and put the stickers on and shit like that. Because I used to like stuff like that as a kid. So I don't know. Maybe I'll open that. Maybe I'll make a video about it. And also, Star Trek Starfleet Academy Starship Bridge Simulator. That's a mouthful. Very cool box. Very shiny. Game looks like it would be a lot of fun to play. Maybe you'll see it on Let's Play something eventually. Alright. And the last things I picked up on Saturday at the convention was some empty boxes for NES games. These were $4 each. This first one I picked up, I actually don't even have the game for it yet. And it's going to be kind of a project because it has this gigantic sticker on it that I'm going to have to try and remove very gently as to not ruin it. But it is Heroes of the Lance, an advanced Dungeons & Dragons game. And the other ones I've actually already put the games in and put protectors on. But we got the box for RoboCop, Star Voyager, 8 Eyes, which I've actually reviewed on Let's Play something. I guess you can call that a review. I gave it a score. I only played a little bit of it, so you can't really call that a review, I don't know. And Narc, a game which I highly recommend the arcade version over the NES version, because I played this after playing the arcade version when I was a kid, and it doesn't hold a candle, not even close. The arcade version is pretty cool though. Alright, on to Sunday. First thing I picked up Sunday is a game I've never heard of, and a game that people on my Facebook have actually been like, what the hell is that? Why'd you pick that up? The Little Mermaid 2 Pinball Frenzy. I picked this up because, for one, it's complete, paid $8 for it, and if you guys have been paying attention, I've been on a pinball kick lately. I've been playing Metroid Prime Pinball. I was always a big fan of the Pokemon pinball games, advanced and otherwise. I'm going to try this out. Now, the next two items are PlayStation 1 RPGs I've been looking for quite some time. The first one I traded Shenmue straight up for. That is Dragon Warrior 7. Kind of weird that I finally picked this up when it's now much more accessible on the 3DS. That's probably where I'd end up playing it. But I picked this up for the collection. Just an RPG that has always eluded me, and very happy to finally have in my collection. And I think that was a pretty decent trade. The next game I picked up from Ronnie. Gave me a pretty good deal at $60. Very, very nice shape on this. Another game I've been looking for forever, and one that I might be doing, or trying to do a full game playthrough on. It's kind of sketchy for me to try and do a full game playthrough on something I just have never played before, because I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but that game is Ogre Battle for the PlayStation. This is the limited edition Ogre Battle Saga Episode 5, The March of the Black Queen. I don't quite understand what that means. Were there other Ogre Battle games before this other than the Super Nintendo one? Because the Super Nintendo one is the same as this. And then there was also Tactics Ogre on the Super Nintendo or the Super Famicom. So, I feel like sometimes they just add arbitrary, like text to things sometimes. Ogre Battle Saga Episode 5. Like, where's episodes 1 through 4? But I digress. That's going to do it for this weekend adventure in video game hunting. We had a great time at Retro World Expo, and we had a great time on this season of Weekend Adventure. I thank you guys for tuning in. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. We're not going away completely. We're going to have other videos for you on Saturday, just not the Weekend Adventure variety. I've addressed this on other videos, so hopefully you know what's going on. If you want to, you can support me on Patreon. I would really appreciate it. Big shout out to Todd Herbert for his continued support. And that's going to do it, guys. As always, keep it real, Internet. I love you guys.